several places. Widespread bruises, a day or two healed. There are a few obvious bite marks here on the shoulders and neck. Some of these ribs may be bruised, perhaps cracked. There seems to be a slight difficulty in breathing. They look a little undernourished and could probably do with a stiff dose of brandy as well. The eyes are unfocused, and they seem to be having trouble keeping them open. Galochka, tone it down a bit, would you? You're only supposed to be keeping the human calm and subdued, not comatose. You're even making me tired. Ease off.
I'm making me tired. My apologies, Kahr'namos. I guess I was overdoing it a bit.
Thank you. The human is certainly in need of sleep, but not just yet. First, I need to finish examining them and determine the nature of their injuries. I am guessing that is the general cause of their poor health, and it is certainly the cause of their dreadful appearance.
I had heard that Lady Sithraxis was not gentle with her playthings, but I thought those were just stories, fluffed up and retold by the manor staff. Gossip grows in telling, they say.
The gossip grows, yes, but these bruises and scrapes and bite marks did not make themselves. Her Grace is responsible for that. And now, Her Grace has made me responsible for patching up this poor unfortunate human. Which I can begin to do just as soon as they are fully conscious again. Which you can assist me in bringing about. Ease off of them a little bit more, would you?
Oh, all right, if I must. I was just beginning to really enjoy being all wrapped up and snuggled around them. They're so soft and warm.
It's probably for the best if you disentangle all of your arms from around them. For the moment, at least. After I've got them all sorted out and patched up, you can do us both a service and snuggle back up to them and help them sleep. For now, just stay focused on them and keep them from feeling too ambitious. As I said, I don't want them comatose, only subdued. I may need to ask them things.
Do you hear that, human? My good friend Kahr'namos is going to make you well again. And you don't even need to get up out of this bed. You can just relax and not worry about having to do anything at all. Just lay here, right next to me. Nice and calm.
Galochka, easy does it.
Oh, right. Easy does it. Look, they're starting to perk up a bit already. Maybe I should get up for a bit. I don't think they'll give you any trouble. Will you, human? I thought not.
No, we're not going to harm you. We have no intentions of doing anything of the kind. Galochka is too lazy and unmotivated to be a threat.
That's not entirely true, Kahr'namos, but that's beside the point. I wouldn't want to cause any harm to such a soft, warm creature like you, human.
And I myself have no motivation to harm you either. I am here to help you. My employer, the Lady Citraxis, yes, the Lamia who did all of this to you, the Lady Citraxis, Duchess of the Fourth Gate of Carcery. I am in her employ, and she has desired me to come and have a look at you and see what I can do for you. From what I gather, she found you in the marketplace some days ago and took a fancy to you. So she had you drugged and brought here. Is that how it was? Indeed. Drugged by the apothecary himself, no less. And in his own shop, too.
Are they talking about Kahr'namos? That old goat of an apothecary who keeps shop in the high market? Do you know he tried to sell me a batch of laziness potions once? As if a sloth demon needed potions or powders or anything of that sort to help them to do what comes naturally from birth.
That sounds about right from what I have heard. An excellent apothecary, truly skilled in his art, but in general not a very nice person. Very quick to find a way to turn a situation to his advantage. And then, after you were drugged and brought here, Her Grace did what she did to you. That sounds absolutely dreadful, human. It is the way of the Lamia, for certain, but still not something that a human should be subjected to. Your kind are, shall we say, a little more delicate than the Lamia, more subject to being broken and damaged by the amorous activities favored by the serpentine types. I am quite certain, too, that all the venom Her Grace must have pumped into you has not done your body any favors. Now, I'm going to take another closer look at you, human. Just relax, and try not to pull away or cry out if something hurts. These abrasions on your skin, that must be from where Her Grace's scales ground against you too roughly. The bruises, those are obviously from being tossed around and wrapped up in Her Grace's coils and generally being squeezed and tenderized. Your ribs, yes, that one does feel swollen, and is probably at least cracked if not broken, and a number of them are probably dislocated at least. Those bite marks on your shoulders and neck, they do not appear to be festering or infected, which I suppose is a good thing. How are your eyes, human? Are you experiencing any difficulty in seeing? And your hearing? Any deafness to either side? Any phantom noises? Tinnitus? Ringing or roaring in the ears? anything of that sort? Well, it could be far worse, I suppose. But I think I have just enough medical skill, plus a few tricks up my sleeve, to put you into rather a better state of repair than you are currently in. Oh yes, I'll have you feeling much better quite soon. I know the perfect method for mending all of those hurts and cleaning the venom out of your system. Well, no, at least I don't think it will hurt. I mainly practice this method on hellhounds and nightmares, you see. I've never had the opportunity to try it on a human before, not as a method of healing, humans being so rare all the way down here in Carcery.
Kahr'namos, are you sure you're medically qualified to be doing this? Might there not be someone else you could consult with on this matter?
Does it matter? If Her Grace actually gave a damn about the ongoing health of her playthings, she would have called in someone more competent than the Gluttony Demon in charge of Her Grace's Hellhound stables. Now be so kind as to hand me that jar of pickles on the table over there, please.
Pickles? You're going to heal this poor wounded human with pickles?
No, Galochka. That's absurd. That's like using fulminate of red mercury to cure an abscessed tooth. The pickles are for eating. I'm hungry. Well, slightly more so than I usually am. Human, what I'm going to do to heal you is to cause your metabolism to go into overdrive. Certain aspects of your body's normal activities are going to accelerate. Your body temperature will rise a bit while this happens, and you are going to sweat an awful lot. But the main side effect of this is that you are going to feel very hungry. And by very hungry, I mean that you are literally going to feel as if you are dying of hunger. But worry not. I would be a terrible gluttony demon if I had no answer to this problem. So, while Galochka keeps an eye on you, and keeps just enough of her laziness-inducing powers focused on you to prevent you from freaking out and doing something ill-advised.
Right. I could never live with the guilt if I were to let you overexert yourself to such an extent. You might do yourself some injury and be worse off than you already are. And that just won't do. Oh no.
While she is keeping you just lazy enough to stay calm, I will be forcing your body to heal incredibly fast, and also making you insanely ravenous, as well as summoning forth an array of foods best suited to your increased appetite. Because while you're going to become hungry enough to eat a horse, it is important to consume a wide variety of foods while undergoing a treatment like this, including horse meat, which is actually quite tasty, if rather on the lean side. Galochka, my friend, are you ready to begin?
I suppose so. but I'm going to get back onto the bed with the human. I find I'm growing weary of just standing here, and the bed is so much more comfortable. And besides, they might need an extra hand to help with eating all of the food you're giving them. And since I had 4...
Very well then. Let us begin. I will start by conjuring up a few tasty meat dishes. You are going to want a lot of proteins to help your body rebuild all that damage. These are all going to be sliced and cooked and such with an eye toward fast eating. You are really not going to feel like wasting your time chewing. And so, human, let us start to stoke the fires of your appetite. We'll start with a plate of lox, salted and smoked salmon meat, so very delicious. You will barely even have to chew it, and it's almost pure protein. The salt is something you're going to want a lot of anyway. There. Wasn't that delicious?
And they ate it all so fast. Yes, human, he did tell you you'd be getting hungry.
Now for more. An entire London broil steak, seared on the outside and pink all the way through, and sliced paper thin for easy eating. Still juicy, but it will practically fall apart in your mouth. And the savory spices on the outside. And now it's gone. And I'll warn that you're only hungrier after eating it. Oh, you're feeling a little warmer now. Well, that's only the beginning of it. You'll be pouring sweat in a couple of minutes. Here is something you can gobble down before that happens. Asparagus spears, simmered in milk and rolled in butter, with a bit of salt and pepper thrown on for good measure. Galochka, will you help the human with these? They're a bit slippery, but oh, so tasty.
Oh, those smell so good. I'm going to snag 1 or 2 for myself. The rest? Open wide, little human.
And you'll want to wash all that down with something. Here, a pitcher of freshly crushed fruit juices, blended together with the pulp still in it. It is sweet and sour at the same time. Drink it down fast. You are going to need it. Yes, already your skin is starting to flush, to grow more flushed and darker and warmer. Can you feel the heat of it? More food, But of course, what will be next, I wonder? Something sweet to follow that fruit juice? Here, try this. A plate of sliced cheeses. Some of it is simple white cheddar. The crumbling stuff is Wensleydale with cranberries. It is very sweet. And this here, this is Danish feta. Yes, eat it all. It is good for you. So good for you. Can you feel that pulling, itching feeling as your skin begins to heal? That fever-like heat from within? You almost feel that you are slowly cooking. That is merely the fire of the hunger within you. The need to consume. The raw and primal desire to eat. And eat you shall. Here. I told you there would be horse meat. Here is a platter of lean, smoked cutlets of the finest equine muscle tissue. Eat it all up. You will find it most satisfying.
Oh, horse meat. I do so love the taste of this. It's so lean and sweet. I swear you're going to love this dish, human. Here, let me help you.
Yes. Just keep eating. Your body is craving proteins. Even now, it is rebuilding damaged tissue at a rate which would astonish the doctors of your own realm, if not outright alarm them. And here, a special treat to help cool you down. This giant bowl of kefir. It is something between milk and yogurt. Thick and rich in flavor, but thin enough to drink. And served cold, it will help to keep your body heat down to manageable levels. Along with much sweating. I can see the sweat simply pouring out of you now. But at least your skin is looking much better now. Barely a visible mark. Let's keep sweating out that lamia venom. More food to fuel the body's furnace. How about... Oh, I know what should come next. Here. You eat, I will describe. Eggs. Lots of eggs. All cooked and scrambled into one giant heap, with ham and bacon and sausage and peppers and vegetables of every description mixed into them, and just a dash of honey mustard stirred in. Yes. Shovel it down. Isn't it delicious? The sweetness of the vegetables, the saltiness of the meat. Did you hear that, Galochka? I think their ribs are settling back into place.
I certainly felt it. And I think they're starting to sweat out the last of the Lamia venom. There's a difference in the aroma of their sweat. Do you think their wounds are all healed by now?
I think that they are. The ribs were the worst of it all, and with those back in place, that's enough gluttony for now. I am loath to say it, but that's all you need. Finish your eggs then, human, and wash them down with more of this fruit juice. You should be feeling much better now. Not desperately ravenous, but very sore and tired. And much more clear-headed now that you've sweated out all of the venom in your body. Yes, you are looking much less like something the hellhounds have dragged to the streets. Now, I think, is the time for my care of you to cease for a bit, while you have yourself a good long sleep and recover from this treatment. Galochka, will you perform the necessary office of easing the human into a restful sleep? I'm going to leave all of these dishes for the cleaning staff. Cleaning the manor house is not my job. I have enough to do in dealing with Her Grace's hellhounds.
So long as I don't have to do any of the cleaning either. That sounds like work. Bleh. Alright, human. You just lie back on the bed and I'll make sure that all your blankets and pillows and such are in place. You're going to feel even more tired and sleepy than before, now that your body is healed and all that food is in you. Just lie there and enjoy that tired, lazy, sleepy feeling. And I will snuggle up around you and tell you a story to lull you to sleep. So, not very long ago, in a part of the human world with lots and lots of forests and not very many people, there lived a wolf girl all by herself in a cabin in the forest. She liked company, but there weren't very many people who lived less than a day's walk from her cabin, so her days were often very lonely. And then, one day,